Welcome to the third of my videos looking at Elton John's greatest songs. We're going to try and deconstruct these songs to work out why they were such good songs and such successful songs. And today I'm looking at I'm Still Standing, a real staple in Elton's performing repertoire and a song that came from the Too Low for Zero album. Now, why was it such a hit and why is it still being recognised today? So much so that Elton chose to perform this song during the early part of lockdown to try and sort of encourage people to feel better about what was going on. Well, first of all, it's got a very decisive message, hasn't it? It's got a message about still being standing despite everything that life can throw at you. So that message can be applied to almost any situation in any era, and it certainly struck a chord with people, and it still does today. Another reason it was successful was because it had a brilliant video. I don't know whether you can remember it, shot in the south of France. It was full of life and vigour, lots of interesting dancing, Elton obviously having a great amount of fun putting that together. So that and the fact that it's a driving, memorable rock song certainly contributed to its success over the years. But let's see now how Elton coped with the words he was given for this one. In a way, they're fairly straightforward words with a consistent message. But what did he do with them? Well, there's something quite unusual about this song. And it's in the way that it moves between minor chords and major chords. The introduction is very familiar, isn't it? It goes a bit like this. Now that starts in quite an unusual chord. It's B flat minor. Not something we'd particularly choose to play in unless we wanted it for a specific effect. Elton obviously felt that it just seemed right for this sort of driving introduction. We've got these notes on the left hand there which continue, whilst above that we have a minor B flat chord that changes to an F sharp, then an F natural, and then back to the normal, and it gives us that quite easy going but memorable start. And of course that is mirrored with the big guitar production on that. So that's how it starts. How does it continue? Having had a minor introduction, a minor key introduction, Elton then switches to a major chord, still B flat, for the vocal to come in. I'm singing this a lot lower than Elton does because obviously I don't have the vocal range of Elton, but it starts like this. You could never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. So that's all built around that B flat chord. Quite cleverly done from minor to major. So we're going to carry on like this, and it goes like this. So then we get a second verse. And did you think this fool could ever win? Well, look at me, I'm a-coming back again. So these are all major chords. But there's just a little bit of a change after that. I got a taste of love in a simple way. It's here. And if you need, this is a C minor chord with a B flat added into it. If you need to know, well, I'm still standing, you just fade away. Still in B flat. That's the major chord. What do you have to do to a major chord to change it into a minor chord? Well, it's a very small change. The note, which is the third note of the scale, that's a D, you flatten it to become the D flat. So your chord goes from this, major, as I say to students sometimes it's a happy sound, to a sad sound or a serious sound. Just that change. That's all you need to do to move from a major to a minor. And that's what Elton does with a very effective refrain. So that memorable refrain now slowed down. Don't you know I'm still standing? That's all based on that B minor chord. Better than I ever did. That's a major chord, A flat. Looking like a true survivor. That's an F sharp chord. feeling like a little kid. So he goes back to the A flat there. And that's a really sort of chord progression that is so familiar in our ears, we almost just let it flow over us, but it's quite clever how he does it. That's what that's based on. That's what that chorus is based on. And when there are thousands of people singing that in a concert hall, that's what they're tuning into to guide them through the song. Then the refrain continues, I'm still standing after all this time. That's A flat again, picking up the pieces of my life. That's the F sharp. Without you on my mind, back to the A flat there. And then this little coda at the end, I'm still standing. And he's using those chords in the background there, coming in with that chord, which is based on the E flat minor, but again it's got a little bit extra in it there to make it a seventh note there, to make it like that. Then it comes back to an F major, so I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Another bit of texture into the mix there that drives this along. We then have an exciting guitar solo, don't we? Well, we've got a second verse, of course, Once I Could Never Hope to Win. Then the guitar solo, and then as a reprise of that memorable refrain. So what a great achievement to write something like this, which is so recognisable. Almost sounds like Chopin, doesn't it? It's that sort of feeling, almost like the funeral march. So it's almost like bad news at the start, and then this voice comes in saying, hang on, you know, I'm still standing, I'm still here, I'm going to fight on. And it's because of this mixture of great lyrics, a message of defiance there, and great music, and of course wonderful musicians playing on it as well. It all comes together to make one of Elton's very finest songs. I hope you've enjoyed this. Subscribe below if you want to find out about more of my Elton's Greatest Songs feature, or to watch some of my Elton record reviews. See you next time. And if you've got an Elton song that you'd like me to deconstruct at the piano, then please say so in the comments below. I'll have a listen to it. I'll try and work out on the keyboard exactly what Elton has created and tell you about it.